pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Public notice of this meeting pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act has been given on December 13th, 2022 by the City Clerk in the following manner. Posting written notice on the official bulletin board in the lobby of City Hall, providing written notice to the offices of the Daily Journal and the Press of Atlantic City, and filing written notice in the office of the City Clerk of the City of Vineland.
Chair entertains a motion that the minutes of 2023 pre-meeting conference, the regular meeting of June 27, the work session of July 5th be approved as submitted.
So moved. Second.
Is there any discussion by council on this motion?
Mr. Franceschini?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Vargas?
Yes.
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Public comment provides an opportunity for members of the public to inform the governing body about their views. The governing body prescribes to City Council's bylaws and the New Jersey statutes on open public meetings when engaging during public comment. As such, each individual shall have a 5-minute limit to comment, cannot yield time to another individual, may only approach the podium once during public comment for any one topic. Vulgar or offensive language is prohibited, and City Council will not engage in dialogue with the public during this time. The governing body maintains model courtesy and respect and requires members of the public to do the same.
Chair asks if there's anyone in the audience who wish to be heard. Please come up front, provide your name.
Right here. My name is Anthony Scott. I'm here once again representing the Vineland African Community Development Corporation. And what I want to talk about right now is the Sam Clark Park that's located right outside the Carl V. Arthur Center also. We would also like to have the opportunity to set that park up as a summer camp using tents. And the purpose of that is that in our black community, we have very few young men and young women that know how to swim. The pool is right there. We would like to take that opportunity to, to try to get more blacks involved in swimming. We've been stereotyped as one who don't swim that much, so we'd also like to have that opportunity. I was instrumental in setting up the Sam Clark Park to get that passed and everything, and make sure that we had something to represent Mr. Clark's name, because he was a great advocate of this community and of the city of Vineland. Okay? I don't want to go past my 5 minutes, my man, so I'm trying to stay on course here. There would need to be some type of bathroom facilities out there, because the way that the Carl V. Arthur Center is set up right now, you can't have access to the center to use the bathrooms. So we would have to look at some type of way to be able to get around that scenario also. So that's it for me.
Is there anyone else?
Rick's gonna need help.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jean Carrion. I'm a resident of Vineland, and I'm here in support of the Vineland African American Community Development Corporation. Some things have come to light in reference to the Carl Arthur Center, which have disturbed me. My niece, who was standing in back of me, had participated in the center many, many moons ago. And because there is a current daycare center operating in a recreational center, it has stopped almost all community participation within this center. DCF has rules that the children in a daycare center, a licensed daycare center, cannot commingle with children from the community. Therefore, having a daycare center has no purpose that will enhance the services of the Carl Arthur's original purpose of being a recreational center. I have researched through the Department of Health. You do not need a child care license to operate a summer camp. I have researched through Rutgers, who are the people who pay for the daycare center and co-pays for the parents. And they said, no, you do not need a child care license to operate a recreational center or a summer camp. During the months, the 9 months that children are in school, the child care that is provided at the Carl Arthur Center is only for school-aged children. It's a mystery to me why the people that work there in the child care center are there the complete day and do not let access to anyone else when the children are only in the building from 3:30 to 5:30. I spoke to HUD. They said under their original regulations that all people should have access to any project that is built or any HUD funds have been contributed. I spoke to Green Acres. They also told us the same thing. There is a ramp that is attached to the building that was paid for by Green Acre dollars. They redid and paved the parking lot twice. First, they cleared it in the original construction, and then they redid it again. There have been 3 grants given to the park, to the Sam Clark Park, from Green Acres. The person that I spoke to, the representative from Green Acres, assured us that there can be more things done with Green Acre monies, like putting locker rooms, bathrooms. And the center has been very kind of, I don't know, off path. It hasn't been providing recreation. The COVID took its toll. Children turned away. And now with an active daycare center there, which I also looked at the market. The market is very saturated. We have approximately 8 daycares within the vicinity of Chestnut, Landis, and West Avenue. So there were only, that I know of, 8 children participating in this program during the whole school year. And they operate the building all day long with staff doing what? There's no children in the building. So there should be other activities that could go on. When we say a recreational center, we're not just talking about for children. We have seniors. And seniors could come out and do Zumba, do fitness, do walking in place. We have pregnant women that need to keep in shape when they're going to have their baby. So I think that the center has a lot more potential, and I am counting on my officials that have been elected and served the city of Vineland with the same pride that I have, and that you will make the right choices. Thank you so much.
Good evening. My name is Kathy Williamson. I have lived in the area where Carl Arthur Center is and the Sam Clark Park for 40 years now. I moved to Vineland in 1983. I moved into what was at the time called the Carver Village Apartments. I have been on Plum Street, like I say, for 40 years. I'm disturbed by the condition of the Carl Arthur Center and the Sam Clark Park. When I moved here in 1983, the Sam Clark Park had so much youth toys and youth things that the kids can go out there and play. These last years, they haven't had anything. I understand that they have removed things, but they just put back one new toy out there. I think that's unfair to the children that live in that community, because now they have to walk all the way over to Landis Park or wherever to be able to enjoy the park. No one can enjoy Sam Clark Park. As far as the Carl Arthur Center, I'm appalled by the condition of the inside of the building. The toilets are bad. They flood. I don't know. They said that it gets inspected. I don't know by who. I don't know what's going on. You got ceiling panels that are falling, but this is a daycare center or whatever you want to call it, where you have children that come in, but this building has some irregularities. that need to be looked at. I went into that building and saw that they have the fire exits, the door exits are blocked. They shouldn't be blocked. When you have children in that building, no exit in there should be blocked, none whatsoever. So I'm appalled by it. And then you look at the outside of this building. This is a building that was named after a prominent African-American gentleman. And in the community, this building is an eyesore. It needs to be painted. It needs to be cleaned up so that we African-Americans in that community can be proud of it. The other thing that I just learned, because when COVID came in, I started using mail-in ballots. I used to vote in that building. Now, unbeknownst to any of y'all, I'm 67 years old, believe it or not. I'm 67 years old. I used to be able to walk over there and to vote. So you got to look at our seniors in the area. Now they tell me that whenever we have to go vote, it has to be at the Ramada Inn or somewhere like that. So what's going on is that you're depriving our seniors of being able to, if they can't find transportation, they can't vote unless they get a mail-in ballot. But these things I look at because I'm passionate about the community, where I live. I'm passionate about it, but I'm also saddened by it because the city is spending money. When I go around to other parks, community parks, they look very well taken care of. But the Sam Clark Park doesn't. The only recreational area center is that one right there, and that's an eyesore. Everything about it is an eyesore. I'm truthful. I'm going to tell you, you go in, we had an event there, and the ladies' bathroom, the girls' bathroom was flooded. We couldn't find a mop to get anything, to get this water up. As the program went on, a gentleman came to me and said the men's bathroom was flooded. So here I am trying to find a mop, a bucket, spring, something. Because if not, if somebody get hurt in that building, who runs the building? You're gonna end up with a lawsuit. You got ceiling tiles. I have pictures. I forgot to bring them, but I have them. Where I took pictures of ceiling tiles, the doors being blocked, and things of that nature. It's stuff y'all need to look at. We voted you into the office. I'm expecting that something better needs to come of the Sam Clark Park and the Carl Arthur Center. Thank you.
Anyone else?
Good evening, guys. My name is Heido Rivas. My wife and I are taxpayers for Vineland. We live in Vineland. I own two beautiful children. You see them back there. I'm very supportive of VAA-CDC. We're supportive of VAA-CDC. Full of uses for Carlton V Ultra. I remember that center because as growing up, I worked for landscaping for VAA CDC. We cleaned up Roberto Clemente Park, Carlton Park, and also Landis Park. I played AAU for them as well. Growing up since I was 12, Coach Porter was guiding me through a career that I wanted to be an NBA player. And AAU helped us out, VAA CDC helped us out, and show young men be more responsible and work ethic as well, you know? And I just think that, that's all I have to say. Like, I just think that you gotta keep going. Like, fix these parks for the kids, fix the centers for the kids. Look at Roberto Clemente Park. That's the only park that's not even fixed, in my opinion. I live right down the street right now. My kids can't even use the swing because it's all messed up, you know? Carlton, the swimming pool. It's a great center. I could take my kids there. I can't even do that at this moment. You know what I mean? Like, I'm also a barber in Vineland, New Jersey, full-time. I work at the lineup. You guys can see me if y'all want to. I'll give y'all discounts while you're at it. I'm working on my future goal, become a sheriff. So hopefully you guys see me there. All right, and I just want you guys to support VAA CDC. I really appreciate that.
Good evening. My name is Angela Brown. I am on the board of VAACDC.
I'm sorry, could you speak up louder so I could get your name, please?
My name is Angela Brown.
Thank you.
Okay. I'm here to tell you of a program that we had, an event that we had. It was called, oh God, She Shall Wear a Crown. And this event was for young women ages 21 to 35. What we did was we encouraged these women to come out and we crowned them for being the mothers that they are. And it was held during the day before Mother's Day. Most of these women that came, they had already accomplished, some accomplished many things. They had been to college. We had a doctor, we had a nurse. These are the accomplishments that they had made. And so what we wanted to do was we wanted to acknowledge them. And what a better place to go than to go to the rec center. However, again, that center is, the condition of that center is not good at all, as far as having these events. We've also had events for children in the center. Again, the center is not, it really needs to be cleaned. It needs upkeep. It's sad. It's sad to see such a wonderful center just go to waste. And just using it for a daycare, it doesn't serve the purpose for the community. So I hope that you hear what everyone has been saying, and I hope to see some changes real soon. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Leslie Cook. Some of you know me because I do a lot of photography. I've been doing photography for VAA CDC for about 3 or 4 years now. I am a board member of the Vineland African American Community Developmental Corporation. I am here to acknowledge that I feel that the best way to explain it is the VAA CDC, everything I've seen done at the Carl, I'm going to say it wrong, the Recreational Center has been for the community. It's never for anything besides that. We have events for young kids, like where Lynn, he does fitness with the kids every Wednesday. I've actually went and took pictures of these events and put them on the Facebook so you can see what we've done if you ever want to go to the Facebook page and see it. I was at the She Shall Wear the Crown, where actually my niece was actually honored as one of the honorees because she was a young mother who has accomplished a lot of things, and we wanted to acknowledge those. It's all about bringing back to the community and acknowledging our community. This is what I found that we have been doing there. The Men of Iron was another event. Now, through this, though, you can also see in the pictures that things happen. And I didn't know about the daycare center. I did not know why things were getting ripped up and everything, like pictures and stuff. I have saw from when I first came in for one of the events where I was doing pictures of the kids. We had a wall this way that had pictures that were some were taken down, some were falling down. So when I did the She Shall Wear the Crown, I actually put the those command strips, the ones that can come off easily, but made it so if the picture can come down, but you could put it right back up nicely. Well, this last week, yesterday when we were doing an event for the generational wealth, again, another free event that I myself learned a lot from. I saw that wall was completely gone and it was moved where we only have this one stuff, but a lot of the stuff was either torn or ripped, and I get that kids can do that, I understand that, but if you're being paid to watch these kids, why aren't you watching them where they can't do damage to other people's items? and especially when I heard that there was only 8 children, I was, how? So the fact that we are, like the VAACDC is using the Recreation Center exactly what it's meant to be. You know what I mean? We're doing it for the community. We're taking care of, like, we're getting kids off the streets and letting them play. We're doing events where we are learning about like helping the community grow, and that's what it's supposed to be for. So that's, if you want to see, like I said, I would have had all these pictures out for you to see the differences between each event and like what has happened throughout the events. But they are on the VAACDC webpage if you want to, Facebook page if you want to see them on there, because I do post everything. If you have any questions about what I've seen or anything, I will be glad to tell you personally. But besides that, that's all I really want to say is that that's what I've seen with our uses of it. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Lyndon Williams. I grew up in Vineland. I played football for Vineland High School. I graduated in 2017. I went on to Monroe College in New York to get my associate's degree. But I'm here on behalf of the Vineland African American Community Development Corporation as well, VAACDC, because I hold a free training every Wednesday, a free workout basically for the youth every Wednesday. In the first week of me doing it, there wasn't nothing in the space. Like they had their tables and stuff like that in the area, but there wasn't nothing really taking up the space. By the second and third week, they had like cabinets, and they had like just like their furniture in the way of basically the gym space that's in there. So they're not, the people that's running this daycare, they're not unaware of the training that I have going on. And also, if we're all here for the kids, why is there spite in it, you know? So also, as Leslie was saying, you know, we have our side of the wall, and they have their side of the wall. So as she said, why is our stuff torn down? Their stuff is never torn down. So even if it is the kids, you know, wouldn't both sides be torn down? You know, not just our stuff. Also, I have a video of these people taking down our stuff and putting their stuff on the wall for their summer program. And also, if this is a recreational center, then why is it only being used for 8 kids? Why is it only being used for one specific purpose when the recreation should be, you know, in Vineland? I was speaking to a parent yesterday because I have a heart for Vineland. You know, this is my home. This is where I grew up at. You know, so I was talking to a parent, and she said there's no tutoring program going on in Vineland. Why is that? If we have a recreational center that could be used for multiple purposes, why is there no tutoring going on? Why is there no help for the kids? Why is it being, you know, basically specific to one program that's not even given to a lot of kids? You know, as she said, we hold different programs to honor people. We even have first home buyer programs, you know, so people that don't have information on certain things, they could come out and get information. But overall, it's still being strictly used for this one thing because we can't get in there until after 6 o'clock, you know, so what's going on throughout the whole rest of the day, you know. So again, back to my training program, they sometimes make the environment unsafe for the kids to even train, you know. Now I have to come in, I got to move their stuff out the way and then put it back the way that it was. I don't think that that's fair, especially because this is a recreational center that should be used for multiple purposes. And I keep reiterating that because it's really not fair that, you know, us as VAACDC that's doing things for the community, you know, for the community, and it's called Vineland African American Corporation Development, Vineland African American Community Development Corporation, but at the end of the day, it's not only geared towards African Americans, because as you see, there's all different races that is supporting this cause. So even in my training, I don't have only, you know, African Americans in the training. I have Caucasian children, I have Spanish children, I have Chinese children. You know, it's giving back to the whole community. So I just hope that you guys hear us and that you guys, really, really step in and do something about this because we need your help. We can't do it alone. It's going to be a war if we do it alone. So we really need your help to step in and help us out. And again, my name is Leonard Williams.
Ms. Jean, can you translate me, please? Thank you. Buenas noches, señores de concejales. Mi nombre es el pastor Nelson Rosa,
My name is Pastor Nelson Rosa.
pastor de la iglesia Jesús es tu salvación.
I am the pastor of the church.
En nuestra
Jesus
ciudad.
is your salvation.
Y la razón por la cual me encuentro aquí es para apoyar
The reason why I am here is to support
a la organización Vineland African American
the organization Vineland African American Community
Community
Corp.
Development Corporation en su esfuerzo
They did a big push
para proveer a nuestra comunidad
to give services to the community,
servicios tanto a los niños y jóvenes
to children and young people,
y apoyando a los padres y familia
and the fathers as well, the parents,
con necesidades suportivas.
with supportive services.
Como líder de nuestra comunidad,
As a leader of this community,
participé en un taller en dicho centro
I participated in a workshop at the
que fue
recreation center
organizado por esta organización
that was given by the BAACDC
con fines de ofrecer información
with giving information
de cómo comprar una casa
on how to buy a home
y obtener fondos disponibles
and possible funding
para cubrir costos de compra para la casa
for purchasing the home or closing costs.
a favor de nuestra comunidad.
That is something that would be a benefit to our community.
También en unidad a dicha organización
Also, in unity with other organizations,
pudimos asistir a una persona con una gran necesidad de salud
we helped a person with a lot of health issues
para construirle una rampa de impedido
to construct a ramp
para que pudiera tener una salida de su casa
so that person would be able to get out of their home and
para
go
sus citas médicas y
to
hospitales.
medical appointments and hospital appointments.
Y gracias a esta organización y en unidad de iglesias locales,
Thanks to the VAACDC and other churches and organizations,
logramos conseguir empleados voluntarios
we found people that did the work for free
y el dinero para materiales.
and the money to
Lo cual
purchase
es-
the materials.
Juntos pudimos edificar dicha rampa.
That together united, we were able to do this.
Para que esta persona bien necesitada, seria de salud,
A person who was very needy in getting to their appointments because they were very sick.
por testimonio sabemos que ha mejorado.
And we know because of the ramp, their health situation has changed and
Por
it's getting
cuanto ahora
better.
puede salir de su casa para sus citas médicas
And now they can go to their appointments.
y ha sido tratada. Lo que entendemos es que por nuestro esfuerzo de esta organización
What we understand is that through this organization, the
y las
VAACDC
iglesias que nos hemos unido,
and the churches working together,
entendemos que esta organización es una gran bendición
we understand that they are a blessing in our community
para las familias de nuestra comunidad,
and the families in our community,
especialmente los que son de bajos ingresos y personas que no están orientadas
and people who are not able,
de beneficios que tenemos en nuestra comunidad del gobierno.
people who don't know about benefits are able to access benefits within our community.
También soy testigo de adiestramientos que han hecho
I am also witness to different things that
Para
they
ed-
have done
para educar niños y jóvenes
to give education to children and youth
y padres
and parents
en contra de la violencia,
against violence,
de la criminalidad,
the criminal
dro-
acts,
drogas y alcoholismo
drugs, and alcohol
que estamos enfrentando en nuestra comunidad,
that our community is experiencing right now,
con el propósito de que las familias
with the purpose that the families
puedan tener un buen bienestar,
will, repítamelo,
puedan tener un buen bienestar.
they can be in good health and in good shape, and they won't be in these types of issues.
Right. Así que agradezco mucho, señores concejales,
I thank you very much, councilmen and people present,
por la oportunidad que me brindan de expresar
for the opportunity to be able to speak.
sinceramente mi favor a causa de esta organización,
I am in total favor of this organization.
que es una bendición para nuestra
It is
comunidad.
a
Muchas
blessing
gracias.
for our community.
Dios les bendiga. Amén.
God bless.
Ma'am, I want to congratulate you. Your translating skills were very, very good. Trust me, as a Hispanic that I've done translations many times, you were very, very good.
Gene is the deputy CEO of BAACDC too.
She's a good translator.
I would like to say one thing. I also have an interest in the Sam Clark Park because when I was the executive director of Casa Prac, we had a youth group that was with the VAA-CDC and Casa Prac. It was called the Black Male and Latino Institute. And we took care of that park. We got a grant from the Department of Transportation. We cut the grass. We made sure it was manicured. We used to blow the snow out of the driveway and the sidewalks around the center. So we have an invested interest. That's right. We don't want to see the center go away. We need it now more than ever. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Kendall Heath, and I'm a member of the VAA-CDC, the Vineland African American Community Development Corporation, and I am speaking in reference to, first off, one of the girls. Her name is Tanya, and she's with the Boys and Girls Club. We have dealt with numerous issues time and time again. She has been rude and disrespectful. One night I was in the center and I was in one of the classrooms, and she has shut the lights off when I was in the gym. She looked at me and turned the lights off, and she applied. Okay. She applied that I wasn't even there. So I addressed to her, why did you turn the lights off? And she didn't apply. So that was one of the things. And she has, like I said, been disrespectful to numerous board members of ours. And one of the things is, I want to speak in reference to the conditions of the Arthur Center. The bathrooms are really dirty and nasty. The men's bathroom sometimes won't flush, and the floors are dirty and the floors are nasty. And it's a community center, and there's we have a lot of young people, and I speak from experience on working. I worked with the YMCA as a camp counselor back in high school, so I know what it's like dealing with kids and working with kids as a counselor. So my thing is, this is a community center. It's not just for VAACD as Violent African American Community Development Corporations. It's not just for the Boys and Girls Club. It's for all, this Carl Arthur Center is a pillar of the community. It's for all of us in the community. So my thing is, why is it based on one organization? And we have a flux of the city is, and don't worry, I'm not going to use all my time, but the city is based on everybody. There's a culture setting of people coming in the city. So it's based on our young people having an outlet because a lot of our community members don't feel like there's not enough outlet in the city. So my thing is we have to be mindful of the fact that, you know, we have to be mindful of the fact that this is based on everybody. And the thing about it is, like a month ago, we were setting up for an event, and me and one of the pastors was spending time putting up pictures on the wall. And the thing is, we were told that the building itself was split between both organizations. Like we had a divided wall for all of our stuff that we can set up and we can have on the wall, and it's been torn down and ripped. Like I said, one of the pictures of Martin Luther King was tore up and ripped on the far side, and we already have an idea who has done that, and we spent a lot of work and a lot of time putting up and setting up and things like that. And the thing is, when you walk inside the center, the floors are dirty and the classrooms a mess, and sometimes you can't even wash your hands in the bathroom. We have to use hand sanitizer. We shouldn't have our young people walking in here and under these conditions, to the fact that it's unbearable. You know, we have to do better in taking care of our community organization building. And the thing is for our young people. It's not just for our young people. We're, like I said, the Arthur Center is based. It's a pillar of the community. So we have to, as city councilman members, we need you guys' help. We can't do it alone. Like I said, it's more than the ocean. It's a war for us as a committee, as an organization, to do it by ourselves. So we're going to need you guys' help. And we're tired of the Boys and Girls Club taking over. What we're trying to do. Like they keep tearing down our stuff and like throwing it in the trash. And like I said, the storage room, like back in the kitchen. Sometimes we don't feel like what's ours. We don't even know what's ours, and we don't know what's theirs. They're using up all the cabinets. We can't even set up for events. We can't even set up for events based upon the fact that.
Your 5 minutes are up, sir.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Anyone else?
Didn't he use his 20 minutes in there?
Yeah, 25. But I just want to thank God for the community members that came out today, because sometimes you can get tunnel vision and think it's only one person's vision of an organization. We have multi-people, multi-races, trying to do something for children in this community. We don't mind partnering with anyone, all right? But we don't want our property being destroyed. Lyndon Williams over there, he can tell you, he's probably one of the tallest members of the organization. And we had to go out and start buying duct tape to keep our stuff on the walls. And even with that, it's been ripped down, stuff like that. There's no ghosts in that Carl B. Arthur Recreation Center. Those are human beings doing that. That needs to stop. It's a one-sided situation. It's not both sides. We have told, Reverend Scott have told us, don't ever touch their stuff. Don't ever retaliate against them. And there's no one can say, and they have never reported it, that we have torn their stuff down. On this phone, I have text the unit director numerous times about our stuff being torn down. I can share those texts with you. I can share those responses with you. But he has not, and he's told me, never received a complaint that we're tearing their stuff down. And it won't. It won't happen. We want to live in peace, and as Heidel said, we adopted that part. Gene Carrion with the Black and Latino Male Institute, we got that grant, and we cleaned the Humber. We cleaned Roberto Clemente Park on Humber, and we cleaned the Lannis Park, and we cleaned the park that belongs to that Carl B. Arthur Recreation Center. Anthony Scott was one of those people back in the day that advocated for VACDC to push for that park to be named after Sam Clark.
Anthony Scott was one of those people back in the day that made sure B. Corbin at Axel Avenue had a building named by the Housing Authority, B. Corbin. Anthony Scott was one of those people in the Carl B. Arthur Center who approached the city and saying, like, we like to come into the space that Visions of Hope was in. 2 classrooms for BACDC, 2 classrooms for the other organization. We can coexist. We want to coexist. We want that building to be upgraded, but we want equality. We want that. Last night we had a program about wealth, and there's 3 people in this audience, Kathy and Kendall and myself. The program started at 6:30. We could not get in the building until 6 o'clock to set up. We had 20-some minutes to set up before people started coming in. That was embarrassing. It's a public-owned building. It's a public-owned building. And during the day, we definitely should be entitled to come in that building at 8 o'clock in the morning, under these conditions right now, to at least 3:30, until we can get this thing resolved about 3:30 to 6. But there's nobody in that building but staff. But for them to tell his staff, the financial person, what are you doing in here? How long are you going to be here for? She was ready to quit on him. That's harassment. For them to look at this man, Kendall, and she turned the lights out on him. Oh, I didn't know you was there. Yes, she did. That's harassment. For them to take our stuff and put it by the door the other day, that's harassment. Someone said, one of the members said, oh, we're going to move that stuff, we're going to leave it right there. You shouldn't be touching our stuff. We don't touch your stuff. So this is serious right now. Named after Dr. Liz Arthur's father-in-law. Named after Chris' grandfather. This is serious. We shouldn't have this kind of fighting going on. And it should not be a daycare center. It should take the purpose that it was ordained. We got Vineland Powell. Vineland Powell do not have to have a license to do what they're doing. And we want the same courtesy for the Carl B. Arthur Recreation Center. Thank you.
Anyone else? Move on with the agenda. Keith, please.
I have ordinance number 2023-41, an ordinance to amend and supplement ordinance number 8, which established the classification and compensation plans for the City of Vineland lifeguard, which is ready for a public hearing.
Chair entertains a motion. What's this one? This one's 2023 be taken up.
41.
341 be taken up for a public hearing and open to the public for discussion.
Moved. Second.
Mr. Franceschini?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Vargas?
Yes.
Mr. Acosta?
Yes. Chair asks if there's anyone in the audience who wishes to be heard on ordinance number 2023-41. Chair entertains a motion. The public hearing on ordinance 2023-41 be closed.
So moved. Second.
Mr. Franceschini?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Vargas?
Yes.
Mr. Acosta?
Yes. Chair entertains a motion that ordinance number 2023-41 be taken up for second and final reading and adopted according to law.
So moved. Second.
Chair asks if there is any discussion by council members on this motion.
Mr. Franceschini?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Vargas?
Yes.
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Ordinance number 2023-41, an ordinance to amend and supplement ordinance number 8, which established the classification and compensation plans for the City of Vineland lifeguard. This ordinance is adopted.
Mr. Petrowski, please submit ordinance 2023-41 to the mayor for his approval or disapproval.
Yes, sir. I have ordinance number 2023-42, which is ready for a first reading.
Chair entertains a motion that ordinance 2023-42 be taken up for first reading.
So moved. Second.
Mr. Franceschini?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Vargas?
Yes.
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Ordinance number 2023-42, an ordinance to amend and supplement ordinance number 8, which established the classification and compensation plans for the City of Vineland Security Guard.
Chair entertains a motion that ordinance number 2023-42 be passed for first reading and that a public hearing be held on Tuesday, July 25th, 2023 at 6:30 p.m.
So moved. Second.
Chair asks if there's any discussion by council members on this motion. Roll call, please.
Mr. Franceschini?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Vargas?
Yes.
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
I have ordinance number 2023-43, which is ready for a first reading.
Chair entertains a motion that ordinance number 2023-43 be taken up for first reading.
So moved. I second.
Mr. Franceschini?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli? Mr. Vargas?
Yes.
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Ordinance number 2023-43, ordinance authorizing the sale of Block 2902, Lot 12, Block 2902, Lot 13, and Block 2903, Lot 24 to the Vineland Development Corporation to be developed and sold as low and/or moderate income housing.
Chair entertains a motion that ordinance number 2023-41 be passed for first reading and that a public hearing be held on Tuesday, July 25th, 2023 at 6:30 p.m.
So moved. I second.
Chair asks if there's any discussion by council on this motion. Roll call, please.
Mr. Franceschini?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Vargas?
Yes.
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
We'll move now into the consent agenda items. 2023-314 is a resolution authorizing the appointment of additional alternate deputy registrars of vital statistics. 2023-315 is a resolution confirming the sale of 2203 North Delsey Drive, 2213 North Delsey Drive, and 2215 North Delsey Drive, also known as Block 1201, Lot 54, qualifiers CA1, CB1, and CC1, to the highest bidder pursuant to NJSA 40A:12-13A. 2023-316 is a resolution providing for the insertion in the calendar year 2023 budget of the City of Vineland, special item of revenue made available by revenue realized from State of New Jersey Department of Health in the amount of $495,411, and an appropriation in said budget for like sum and purpose. 2023-317 is a resolution authorizing the filing of an application with the New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic Safety for the 2023 Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over statewide Labor Day Crackdown Grant. 2023-318 is a resolution authorizing the execution of a grant application and grant agreement for grant funding from the United States Economic Development Administration Public Works Economic Adjustment Assistance Program in the amount of $3 million for the Vineland West Industrial Park project. 2023-319 is a resolution authorizing the issuance of a mandatory supplemental change order number 1 to contract number C23-0075 issued to Shore Top Construction Corp., Freehold, New Jersey, in the amount of $6,500. 2023-320 is a resolution authorizing the issuance of a mandatory supplemental change order number 1 to contract number 23-0073 issued to Mathis Construction Company Incorporated, Little Egg Harbor, New Jersey, in the amount of $188,815.40. 2023-321 is a resolution amending resolution number 2022-329, authorizing renewal option to contract C22-0118 issued to Asplin Tree Expert LLC, Dover, Delaware, for furnishing tree trimming and removal for overhead line clearance for the Electric Utility Distribution Division. 2023-322 is a resolution exercising option to extend contract number C22-0123 for open-end contract for the supplying and laying hot mix asphalt. 2023-323 is a resolution authorizing the execution of a professional services agreement by and between the law firm of Brown and Connery, LLP, Haddonfield, New Jersey, for labor and personnel matters. 2023-324 is a resolution rescinding and vacating the bid of Manny Concrete, LLC, for the citywide sidewalk project and awarding the bid to the lowest acceptable bidder, Charles Marandino, LLC, Mill, Maine, New Jersey. 2023-325 is a resolution authorizing the purchase of 2 new Altec AT-41P articulating telescopic aerial device trucks with material handling insulated 41-foot reach from Altec Industries Incorporated, Birmingham, Alabama, in a total amount not to exceed $589,434 pursuant to a national cooperative pricing agreement with Sourcewell. 2023-326 is a resolution approving charge against various land for land clearance and authorizing said charge to become a lien upon such land and to be added to and become part of the taxes to be assessed and levied upon such land. 2023-327 is a resolution authorizing the cancellation of taxes for county year 2023 for the reason recommended by the City of Vineland Tax Collector. 2023-328 is a resolution authorizing and directing the refund of taxes. 2023-329 is a resolution approving surety reduction, release, or renewal as submitted by the city engineer. 2023-330 is a resolution authorizing the issuance of contracts with certain approved state contract vendors for contracting units pursuant to NJSA 48:11-12A and NJAC 5:34-7.29C for the 2023 calendar year. 2023-331 is a resolution authorizing the usage of contracts with County of Atlantic Cooperative Pricing System vendors for the 2023 calendar year. 2023-332 is a resolution authorizing the usage of contracts with Educational Services Commission of New Jersey, number 65-MCESCCPS Cooperative Pricing System vendors for the 2023 calendar year. 2023-333 is a resolution authorizing the usage of contracts with County of Bergen Cooperative Pricing System vendors, number CK04, for the 2023 calendar year. 2023-334 is a resolution authorizing the usage of contracts with Camden County Educational Services Commission vendors, co-op number 66CCEPS for the 2023 calendar year. 2023-335 is a resolution authorizing the usage of contracts with Hunterdon County Educational Services Commission Cooperative Pricing System vendors for the 2023 calendar year. 2023-336 is a resolution authorizing the usage of contracts with Somerset County Cooperative Pricing System vendors for the 2023 calendar year. 2023-337 is a resolution authorizing the usage of contracts with Cumberland County Cooperative Pricing System vendors, identifier number 181-CCCCPS for the 2023 calendar year. 2023-338 is a resolution authorizing the execution of an agreement modification number 3 with the New Jersey Department of Transportation with respect to the Garden Road and Mill Road traffic signalization project. 2023-339 is a resolution authorizing the execution of an agreement modification number 2 with the New Jersey Department of Transportation with respect to the Landis Avenue Phase 6, Route 55 to Mill Road. 2023-340 is a resolution providing and authorizing the payment of bills and demands against the City of Vineland. 2023-341 is a resolution authorizing the issuance of original, renewal, and transfer taxicab licenses for the year 2023. 2023-342 is a resolution granting the renewal of alcoholic beverage licenses for the licensing period July 1, 2023 to June 30th, 2024. 2023-343 is a resolution approving the annual membership of volunteer personnel to the Office of Emergency Management. 2023-344 is a resolution approving membership of Brian Rowan to Fire Company Number 4. 2023-345 is a resolution authorizing special law enforcement officers for the year 2023. 2023-346 is a resolution authorizing the issuance of limousine licenses for 2023. I also have a communication from Mayor Anthony R. Fanucci appointing Aaron Melnick to the Vineland Library Board of Trustees for the term expiring on December 31, 2024, and request the communication be received and filed.
Chair entertains a motion to approve all items on the consent agenda.
So moved. Second.
Is there any discussion by council on this motion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Franceschini?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Vargas?
Yes.
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
That's all the formal business I have, Mr. Vice President.
Council member wish to be heard at this time?
Yes. I'd like to thank the people that came to the podium to voice their concerns. The rec center. Also, I did hear that one gentleman concerned about not enough African American, even Hispanic, that they don't know how to swim, and that's a big issue. And it's maybe something we as a town could address. The other thing is, as you can tell, this past week, and it's coming this week, the heat and humidity is going to be pretty bad. And so please check on your elderly neighbors, friends, and family to ensure that they're cool and hydrated, and check the OEM website for possible cooling stations. And then the only thing is, I wish Director Neer a happy birthday.
Ron, I'll expect you to come visit me during the heat, since I'm one of those elderly people.
Yeah, have the ice on hand for you, sir.
And thanks for all those people who came in with their issue tonight. I mean, that's really what we're here for. We will inquire, and we will try to come up with a resolution, even if we have to bring both parties to the table while we're there. Because some of the things that I'm hearing, and I know the Carl Arthur Center, haven't been in it in a while, but I was in it when they were having the plumbing problems that evidently aren't fixed. They were at the time initially, but also the cleanliness of the building and things of that nature. We got kids in there. That thing should be spotless. That's it. That's just a big concern. Also, there are weekly concerts going on at Giampietro Park for dancing pleasure and listening pleasure, free of charge. So the attendance has been extremely good for the concerts that have already gone on. Anybody who wants to go, you can look on the city website and find out.
Excuse me, Mr. Spinelli.
Yes.
It was requested by a family member that would it be possible to have a digital sign announcing the upcoming concert, each week. Is that possible? Do we have that kind of signage?
We do have the digital signs now. I don't know what they can do with them, but it should be.
Yeah, I thought it'd be a good idea.
Also, Main Street is looking for professional people to start inquiring if they're interested in putting their office spaces in a lot of the professional office spaces that are still empty. There are 3 or 4 buildings that have just been redone. Looking for professional people, whether it be attorneys, accountants, whatever, doctors, lawyers, professional, and things of that nature. But if you are interested or you want to do something with that, you can either call Sandy Franciski or you can call Main Street. My suggestion is call Sandy Franciski. She has pretty much all the scoop on those properties. July 22nd is the first tribute concert for a tribute band. I believe it's the Journey Band, the first one. It is a free concert, as it was last year, but there are no tickets, so you can just go. I'm not sure what the parking situation is at this point in time, but It is at Jan Petro Park on the 22nd. I believe it starts at 7 o'clock.
Oh, you don't know if they're going to do the high school parking lot like you?
I think they are, but that really wasn't overly used last year. So now what we did do away with is the ticket issue, because then it was like you had to stop somebody for a ticket, couldn't get on a bus without a ticket. If you want to go, just show up. There's no tickets. It's free. There's going to be some food trucks in the park. The park itself will be closed off because we expect a lot of people to be walking around. So there will be the ice cone guy there and a couple food trucks in there selling different things if you want to eat and drink. There is no alcohol in the park. And I think that's it for me.
I also would like to thank everybody that came out tonight regarding the Carl Arthur building. It's very concerning to me being the old PAL director from the PAL building. We should rectify this as soon as possible, not only for the children, but for the adults, like they said. This is a building that's for everyone, and including the elderly. She said that very well today. I think that we also have to recognize that the elderly needs a place to go and maybe exercise and enjoy our buildings throughout the city. So I hope they rectify this problem as soon as possible. That's all.
Trying to think what to say with respect to this. I grew up in that neighborhood, and our church was actually on the corner of 4th and Plum. So I'm very familiar with that neighborhood. There's obviously some issues, otherwise they wouldn't be here. And I hope administration's able to begin to start looking at these issues that were being brought up. With that, I entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Franceschini?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli? Mr. Vargas?
Yes.
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.